So today we're gonna be talking about my dog Jersey. No, but seriously, today I'm gonna be telling you guys about my dog Jersey and how he became blind. Jersey's a senior Maltese. He's about 14 years old, and being blind is just one of the many things that happen as he aged. He also has heart disease, arthritis, and all of those things that happen to all of us living things as we get older. In my shorts, I shared my number one tip is just not moving any of his belongings. But my number two tip is actually a prevention method. Not a prevention, but something that you do in case your dog isn't born blind like mine wasn't. But I started to notice that he had some clouding in his eyes, and I knew that eventually he will become blind. So I started doing nose work with him. So number one thing is do not move his water, his bed, and all of his belongings. And number two is prevention. It's more of like some preparation for when he finally becomes blind. If you know that your dog is a senior dog and he's maybe getting some clouding in his eyes, and eventually it will happen. So preparation for it. I started doing nose work. So how do you do nose work? I started playing hide and seek with him. I would hide and then call his name, and he would have to find me using just his nose. I would only call his name once or twice, and he would have to find me using his nose work. So that was good. Then I started doing that with treats. I would just throw treats around, and he would spend it kept him entertained, and it also helped with his nose work. Next point, I guess, would be you have to start teaching your dog to not sleep with you. I know it's really, really hard, but my dog in the beginning, he would kind of know his limits on the bed, but then he fell off the bed like 2-3 times. And they're fragile, their bones aren't the same, like they cannot really be taking any falls that way. So if you sleep with your dog, definitely have to teach him to sleep in his own bed on the floor. If you know he's going blind, or if he already went blind, this is something you must do. Unless you're going to baby proof your bed, you need to make sure that your dog sleeps on the floor so that he can get up whenever he needs to, and not have the fear of maybe falling down. Some dogs, they have ramps or stairs as he used to, and I know that if we would have stayed in that apartment with the ramp that we had for the bed, he definitely would have learned how to come on and off the bed. But we moved across the country and countries, so he doesn't have a ramp anymore, and he didn't learn how to use the ramp when he was a seeing dog. Therefore, he probably wouldn't be able to learn it as fast now. Since I taught him with treats how to use the ramp, the first house that he lived with the ramp. Now I don't think he would be able to learn it because he's disoriented most of the time, and I have to take him to do his necessities, and sometimes he just walks around and still knows a lot of the house. But baby proofing your bed, or just teaching your dog how to sleep in his own bed on the floor, would be the best bet. In the beginning, something that will definitely help most dogs that are going blind, starting to go blind, is using a cone. At first, when he went totally blind, and I started noticing because he would bump into things, and it just started getting more frequent and more frequent. So I got him a cone so that he wouldn't hurt himself. So in the beginning, it's going to be best. That way he learns his limits, and then eventually you have to take it off because they learn how to navigate the house by touching certain parts of the house and the walls. So let's just go over it. Number one thing is do not move your dog's bed, toy bin, water and food bowl, or wee pad, or obviously area where they use the bathroom in your house if you have a small dog. Or prepare with nose work. You can Google nose work exercises if you know or have a senior dog and they might turn blind eventually. Then you should definitely do some preparation with nose work so that they can practice using their nose the most as possible and recognize smells and locations.